Yes. Timbang. Timbang. Challenge. Rumah makin boleh. is usually when you are writing master's paper, the thesis, and PhD paper is called a dissertation. That's to give it some differences. And then find people calling this exercise of doing also solutions. That's what we call it a thesis, that's what we call it a dissertation. We prefer to call it a research paper because we don't expect a lot out of it. What we expect out of your research paper is your demonstration that you can do research. We are not
Recording in progress.
expecting you to make discoveries, to come up with theories. That is not the aim of this exercise. The aim of this exercise is that you have had 4 years of learning here. And in those 4 years you have been doing research in the library, where you have been writing your papers, assignments, and so forth. On top of that, you have had 2 sessions, in first year and third year, academic paper writing. And to count before, in third year, you had a whole semester where you are learning research methods. So this is your opportunity now to demonstrate that you can do a bit of research in a topic of your choice. So that is the end of the exercise. And it means exactly that. But what do we find? Instead of you going out there to do some research, some people go in there to the website and crop out something that other people have done. Now, when you do that, you should bet that we are going to find out. Because if you were able to download what you have downloaded, you have not archived it to yourself. So it means everybody else can download that. So chances are, when we are checking, we will download the same material that we downloaded. And then we find that right from the abstract, word by word, it is somebody else's work. That is very, very serious. So we expect you to go out there and do your own work. You'll be assigned a supervisor. Again, that is where sometimes we find it some strange behaviors, where people do not see their supervisors, do not visit their supervisors, they don't even know their supervisors. The only time they meet their supervisors is when they are defending, or a day before they are defending, can you assist my work? And that work happens not even to be your work at all. Another strange behavior is where students think that I don't have time any kind of academic writing at all, it is advisable that you do a lot of thorough revision. Read through your work, get somebody else to read through your work, and clean up the grammar, clean up spelling mistakes, so that what you come up with is something that is acceptable. Having said that, let me now go through some of these small tips that I prepared for us to be well conversant with this that we're going to do. First of all, what is this animal body research proposal? A research proposal is like any other proposal that you have followed. I was intrigued one time. I was in a class. Unfortunately, I was the only male and there were two ladies there. And one time, one of these two ladies was so excited when she came to our class. He has proposed. Now, what do you think? What do you think she was telling us to the other two that he has proposed? It means he was telling this guy that, see, I love you, I don't think, and things like that. Now, it means she understood what his intentions were. So, in a research proposal, it's something you are trying to tell somebody what you are going to investigate. So that somebody should be left in no doubt at all what you are going to investigate. And then you want to convince us why it is important that you are investigating what you are investigating. And also, how you are going to investigate what you are going to investigate. That is what is contained in the research proposal. Describe what you will investigate. Why is it important that you are going to investigate what you want to investigate? How are you going to go about it? That is very, very important. The format of a research proposal varies from field to field. But in our case, the general format will be that there will be a title page. Which will have the University of Lyon logo. And then the title below it. And your and below your name, a research proposal submitted to the University of Lilongwe in partial fulfillment of the requirements of the award of the degree of Bachelor of Business Administration. And below it, the date when you submit your proposal. That is the time to fix. But because some people sometimes think that, well, I mean, let me go to exploit and get a proposal from there, you find you have strange title pages. Each university has got its own format of the title page. So this is our format here. And if you go to the library, you have samples of title pages of research proposals of research papers. Research proposal maybe you may not, because this is a proposal. Then inside you have an introduction. The introduction tells the reader what the project is all about. What is the problem that you are investigating? What is the objective of your research? What are the questions that you will have in order to interrogate the objective, in order to find answers? Because you cannot investigate without questions. You have to ask people some questions, and they will give you answers. Those questions that you are asking will give answers to the objective that you have set for yourself. Now, after the introductory chapter, the next is the literature review. The literature review is in two sections. There is a review of literature which concerns the general concept or the general concepts in your area of study. What is it that you, other people have said about your area of study? That is the first bit of the literature review. The second bit is about other people who have done similar studies in your area of interest. This is an area where students find extreme difficulty. I don't know why. Because there's a lot of material out there. All you need to do is Google it. If you're doing a research on, let's say, problems, behavioral problems in early childhood, in kindergarten children. There will be a lot of research on problems that kindergarten children have all you need to do is just be selective. Because otherwise there's too much out there. So select that literature that you think is going to be useful for you. For our purposes, we say that at least you should possess a minimum of 10 papers that other people have written on the topic. So that is very, very important. Now, it doesn't mean that you are going to read everything, no. First of all, when you are reading papers that other people have written, there is an abstract there. When you read the abstract, it will tell you whether you have to read everything or not. The moment you read an abstract and then you find it's not very useful, you leave it. But another way of finding literature is to read the research that other people have undertaken in the same field or other students. This is where now you have to be careful. Because I have seen people copying word by word what other people have written. Now, the fact that someone has posted their paper onto the website does not mean that it is a fact. People just post papers anyhow, right? So sometimes people have posted word for word something which is completely out of tune or useful, right? Just because it was there, they oh yeah, let me copy. And then you find that is a problem. That is one problem. The other problem is that in Malawi, like Zambia, most other countries and the other countries, we were colonized by the British. So our English is better than some people who may not have been colonized by the British. But then they are forced by circumstances or whatever to write something in English. So you find that their English is so bad, but because it was on the website, then you took it. So you find there is a problem there, and so on. So, after the literature review, there is a section on research design or research methodology. As we said, when you are doing research, you will investigate and you tell us why it is important that you are going to investigate. You do that in the introduction and the literature review. But then, the most important thing is how are you going to conduct your research? Because this is a bit of academic work, it is a bit of scientific work. Why that section is important is because when you do research, the assumption is that when you come up with the results, someone else should be able to follow what you did and perhaps come up with the same results at some point. That is the bit of science. So it is important for you to tell the reader how you will carry out research. So that is the research design. Is your research going to be quantitative? quantitative research, as we shall see, is a research where you are trying to find the why. Why is something happening? And quantitative research usually is where you go out in the field to get primary data. That is quantitative research because you want to get quantities. Who are for one idea and who are not for that idea in life? Is it going to be quantitative? Now, quantitative research is where you are now more interested in people's feelings, emotions, and the other behavioral attributes of your subjects. But sometimes it is desirable to have a mixed method. Why? Because when you have quantitative data, there is a rule or a general rule. Quantitative data can only be statistically variable if you have got 30 subjects or above. So you have to interview or to administer questionnaires to 30 people or above. Now that is one. Two, those 30 people or above should be homogeneous. But what we have found, which I hope you people will avoid this time around, is you go to an institution, University of Lyon, and you get 30 people, and included in those 30 people, you have 5 lecturers, 1 president, 1 registrar, 1 cleaner, 1 librarian, and then students. Obviously, that is not 30 people who are homogeneous. You have got different categories of respondents there. So, those 30 should be a group which is the same. Because if you get other groups or other categories, then it means that they are less than 30. Because the answer that the registrar will give you will not be the same as the answer that you get from the student. The answer that a cleaner will give you is not the same as the answer that the student will give you. So these have got to be homogeneous. So we don't want a situation where you have got 30 people and then of different categories. So, like in the example that I've given, what it means is that you are going to have 30 students. That is your homogeneous group. And then, for the registrar, for the president, And for the librarian, you are going to have a separate category or a separate group. And probably you are going to have an in-depth interview with those people. So what you would expect is that you have a separate questionnaire for those. Because now that is an in-depth interview that you are conducting with the president instructor. It is no longer a yes, no. It could be, if you want it to be a yes, no, but it has to be separate, right? So you are going to say the president instructor said this and so on, right? But if I parcel everybody together, sometimes it can cause problems. Especially those of you who are dealing with the social work or early childhood. Right? We have seen people claiming that they conducted a questionnaire, right, to a 3-year-old. How on earth would a 3-year-old have answered the questionnaire, right? And then they give the percentages there and so on and so forth. That's not possible. So you have to choose which method you are going to use for some category. So, for a population where you want quantitative data, it has to be 30 and above. Now, because you are going to interview other people, then you have mixed methodology, you have qualitative. Right? Even where you have 20 people, you could also have qualitative data collected by making the questions open-ended. So where you have open-ended questions, then it's possible for you to get people's feelings, emotions, or descriptions, or what have you. Right? But the way you are going to analyze, it's going to be different from the way you are going to be analyzing data where people are simply going to say yes or no, or they are going to tick on a Likert scale. So under those circumstances, what you will do in terms of analysis is you are going to use what we call thematic analysis. Right? You are going to have themes. Right? And then people who are answering along the same lines and so on and so forth, then you are going to tick as they have answered along the same lines and so on. Another methodology that you can use is focus group discussions. Now again, for focus group discussions, the minimum number of people that you can have is 5. Otherwise, below 5, you have to do a focus, you can do in-depth interviews. The maximum is 12. Beyond 12, then it's something else. And again, when you choose to do focus group discussion, you will be doing focus group discussions on a homogeneous group. Again, that is very important. Because if you choose a general manager, and then you mix him with the messenger, will the messenger talk there? You see? So you have to have people of the same caliber, or the same category. Then you have better answers in terms of focus group discussions. Then, timetable. You have to plan your research. So this is where the timetable comes in. And then you have to follow a budget. Because you can't tell us that you are going to do research without spending something. Even if you are going to that area, you get take a buzzer. That is a budget. Where when you go to that area, you will be buying some water and so on and so forth. You have you train some questionnaires and so on. That is also important. What is sometimes surprising is that people claim that they have done research, they have done questionnaires, they interviewed 30 people. Then you give them the benefit of doubt. Say, okay, fine, can you give us the raw data? Then stories start coming in. There's also figure some out. 1 month passes, 2 months passes. Up to the time they are graduating, they can't come up with their so-called questionnaire. So you say, did this guy really do research? Or another from table coming up with data. So you have to do research, you have to be honest enough to do research. That is very, very important. In fact, you find it very, very refreshing when you have done your own piece of research. So don't just sit somewhere and look up that questionnaire. You go out there and you do research. It comes out when you have done any bit of research. At any given stage. We had a situation recently where some student was telling that they did some research at some school and so on and so forth. I said, oh, you did research. So, you say you interviewed the administrator. In administration, who did you interview? Was it the head or the deputy head? You see, I didn't find it. But you said you interviewed administration. And then it transpired that that research was not exactly the way it should have been done. And so on. So, be honest. In fact, what as a student, what I've learned is that people are very cooperative out there. When you introduce yourself, you say, okay, I'm a student, I'm doing research, they have no issues, they will help you. But if you just sit down somewhere and then put data, it will show. But at the same time, this is training. Once you graduate, unfortunately, when you go to the offices there, right? Most of people will be looking up to you, you'll be the boss, right? And then your bosses up there, because now you'll be starting at the bottom level of the managerial class. They will be asking you to go and do research. Now, if you are not training this time around, you find it strange when they will be asking you to do research in the field. But if you have done it here, there is no problem. So the purpose of writing a research proposal is for a lot of people who are not in school is to get funding, right, so that they can do research. But for students, prior to writing your research paper, you have to write a research proposal. Prior to writing your research thesis or dissertation, you have to have a research proposal. Make sure that your research proposal is relevant. So what are the aims of the research proposal? Well, it has to be relevant. Show your reader why your project is interesting, it is original, and it is important. By original, we don't mean that you should exaggerate that, well, no one else has done that research. That is not possible. People will have done research in your area anyway, right? But maybe not in your specific space. Secondly, you should do research which you are comfortable with. Don't take a topic which is very, very challenging and which you are not familiar with yourself. Let's say if you are doing social work, as some of you are doing, right? And then you say you want to do research in witchcraft. Unless you are familiar with witchcraft, right? It's not going to be possible for you to do a lot of research there. Unless you tell us that you are familiar with the topic and all this subject matter. So you leave out some topic that you are not familiar with. And you also show that you understand the current state of research on the topic. So that is why it's important, before you choose a topic, right, try to read around your topic so that you understand what is current in terms of research. What are people researched on your topic? So that you are not reinventing the wheel. Then approach. What methodology are you going to use? So you have to demonstrate that you have carefully thought about the method that you are going to use to do your research. Are you going to do quantitative method or qualitative method? If you are going to do quantitative method, what kind of tool are you going to use? What tools are you going to use? One very popular tool is a questionnaire. You should also tell us what kind of questionnaire. Because there are many types of questionnaires. Open-ended questionnaires, closed-ended questionnaires, or a questionnaire which will combine both open-ended questions and closed-ended questions, structured questionnaire. And then within your structured questionnaire, how are you going to structure the questions? Is it going to be yes or no? Or it will be graduated on a Likert scale? talk about more than satisfactory, neutral, not satisfactory, better, right? On that kind of scale, and so on. Also, make sure that your research project is feasible within the time frame that you have set for yourself and the funding. Supposing you say that you want to study youth behavior, deviant behavior
Recording in progress.
in the country, amount is very vast. And for you to move from Karonga to Sanjay, especially with the limitation of cyclone training, it's going to be very, very difficult. So, you have to choose a reasonable area within the constraints of the time and funding. We expect you to do research for one semester. That's about 4 months. So that's not a lot of time. We know that people squeeze that 4 months into 1 week because they just stay the whole time and then last minute, that is when they start writing. That should not be the case. Give yourself the time that